Hello, friends. Welcome back to English Classes Online. My name is Benjamin. Today's video is on sentence interpretation in Basic Education Certificate Examination English. This is part of our Junior School Certificate Examination, also known as Basic Education Certificate Examination English Preparatory lesson. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. Click on the bell icon as well, so that whenever a new video is uploaded on this channel, you will be notified instantly. Let's dive into the lesson right away. Now, we have been solving the objective questions, and we started with comprehension. At a glance, you can see the various sections of the objective questions: comprehension, summary, vocabulary development, lexis and structure, collocation, antonyms, synonyms, sentence interpretation, phonetic symbols, rhymes, and literary terms. Today, our focus is on sentence interpretation, and let's go straight into solving the questions. Lagos State Basic Education Certificate Examination 2020 English Studies Objective Test. Now, you can see the instruction right here. All right. From the options lettered A to D, choose one that gives the correct interpretation of the underlying expressions in the sentences below. So we are going to solve questions 66 up to 75. Now, before we really begin to solve these questions one by one, I would like to show you how to interpret sentence meanings. You know, most sentences that students are asked to find the appropriate interpretation for always contain idiomatic expressions. You know, an idiom is a group of words whose meaning is different from the meanings of the individual words that make up the expression. So I will be explaining this to you. Now, how do we figure out the meaning of an idiomatic expression? We can do so by examining the elements that make up the idiom and the mental pictures they create in our minds. We need to understand certain literary devices, namely metaphors, imagery or images, symbolism, and contextualization. Now, I will explain this. Don't worry about them. You may not be familiar with these literary devices, but don't worry, I will explain them one by one. Now, let's begin with metaphor. Perhaps you know something about metaphor because it is among the figures of speech that you may have learned in your English class. Now, a metaphor directly refers to one thing by mentioning another. A metaphor states that one thing is another thing. For example, if you say Jack is the black sheep of the family, you are not really saying that Jack is a sheep as an animal, but you are trying to describe Jack with certain qualities in a black sheep. It's idiomatic. You are saying that Jack is a disgrace, a failure, or an embarrassment to the family. Now, another example, if you say Udo is a snake in the grass, so you know, it means that you know, Udo cannot be trusted. So metaphor is when you say one thing is another. For example, if you say, you know, that Okonkwo is a lion in the wrestling ring, all right? So you are describing Okonkwo by using the qualities of a lion. So that's what metaphor does. Now, imagery, let's look at imagery. Imagery is the use of words to describe ideas or actions. An image is the mental picture you have about what has been said, heard, seen, touched, or smelled. For example, Udeme's plans amount to building castles in the air. You know, here, building castles in the air is used to refer to an unrealizable plan. But then when you say someone is building castles in the air, that immediately creates a picture in your mind. And you can use imagery to interpret idioms, because when you hear or read an expression, then you examine the kind of mental picture that expression creates in you, the kind of picture it creates in your mind. For example, you know, someone is said to be building castles in the air. You know, it's something that nobody can do. How are you going to build castles in the air? You know, where are you going to lay the foundation in the air? People lay a foundation for their castle or big mansion, you know, on a solid ground. But then to build it in the air is something that is not easily done. It creates the picture of an impossible thing, something you cannot easily, it's not practicable. So that gives you, you know, a clear picture of what, you know, the person is talking about. So you can use imagery or images to figure out the meaning of an idiom. Now take another example. Lucy dropped the bombshell at last. She was HIV positive. Now that gives you an idea to what a bombshell is. A bombshell is something that explodes suddenly. And so here you can see that this is also a metaphor. What Lucy dropped is not literally a bomb. It's not a physical bomb, but that bombshell mentioned here refers to something that, you know, a kind of a piece of news that is revealed, you know, suddenly, something that takes you by surprise, a kind of shocker, if you like. All right, so that is how we can figure out the meaning of an idiom. So if you say Lucy dropped the bombshell at last, it means that, you know, it's not about a bomb, it's an unexpected piece of news. All right. Now, another thing that can help us to figure out the meaning of an idiom is symbolism, that is using symbols. Symbolism is the use of symbols to represent ideas or qualities. Certain things are symbols for certain ideas or qualities. For example, Bece went through fire in the man's house. You know, fire in this case symbolizes suffering. She suffered or she experienced difficulties. If you say someone went through fire, you are saying the person suffered or the person had a very, very difficult experience. Now, another example, the government has offered an olive branch to the opposition. You know, an olive branch is a symbol of peace. You know, they've taken steps to end the conflict, or they've decided to make peace. They are saying, well, let's stop fighting, all right? Now, other examples of symbols, when a crown is mentioned, it signifies royalty. You know, a crown is what a king has on his head or what a queen has on her head. So it symbolizes royalty. You know, cross symbolizes suffering. When you talk about the cross of Christ, where he was crucified, all right? Now, a serpent, that is a snake, symbolizes evil or deceit, you know. Then rose, that's a flower, symbolizes beauty. You know, when you talk about the rose flower, you can talk about beauty, all right? And so on and so forth. See, so symbolism is a way to interpret idiomatic expressions. Then the last but not the least, contextualization. Now, what is contextualization? It means that you are considering something together with the situation, events, or information related to it rather than considering it alone. You are looking at the surrounding information, all right? That is contextualization. When using the contextualization approach, you know, you can use it to figure out the meaning of an unfamiliar word. And when you have an unfamiliar word, then you can look at other words that are used together with that word, and that will help you to figure out the meaning. So when considering the context of a word, we are considering the words that come before and after it, which help us to understand what it means. This is what we mean by contextualization, all right? So contextualization refers to how an expression is used or how a word is used. The context, C-O-N-T-E-X-T, refers to how a word is used or how an expression is used. You know that English words are like chameleons. As a chameleon changes its color from one physical environment to another, so also English words change their meanings from one linguistic environment to another. Let me give you an example. Now, if you say, for example, let's look at the word man, all right? Let's look at the word man. Okay, let's look at the word man. Okay, so now looking at the word man, let's now try to use man in sentence 1. Musa is a man. Okay, then sentence 2. Okay, let's put this a little bit up. Let's put it up here. Well, let's shift it a bit back here. Okay. Well, let's put it a little bit back here. Well, let's put it a little bit up here. So we make this 2. Or let's simply say man the engine room. Okay. Or let's say man the store. Now you can see here, man is used here and man is used here. Okay. Well, Let's cancel this. So Musa is a man. The meaning of man here is, an adult male human being, a man, whose opposite is woman. So in this sense, we are using that. We are using man to refer to the type of person Musa is, a man, not a woman. Now that is in sentence 1. In sentence 2, we say man the store, all right? Or if we say Musa has been asked to man the store. Now, or you simply command Musa and say man the store. All right, the meaning of man then changes. Here, man is a person, right? But here, man is an action. Here, man is a noun, but here, man is a verb. So you can see, man the store is now it has a different meaning. Man here means control the store, or take charge of the store, or oversee the store, all right? Or manage the store, if you like. Man the store. So you can see that the meaning of man changes. So this is what we mean by figuring out the meaning of a word by looking at how it is used. This is what we mean by contextualization, all right? Okay, so that's the way it is, all right? Okay, so now let's go right into, solving the questions. Once again, let's look at the instruction. From the options lettered A to D, choose the one that gives the correct interpretation of the underlying expressions in the sentences below. 66. The manager did not assign any job to the newcomer as he was wet behind his ears. You see, wet behind his ears. Well, you just have to know the meaning of an idiom, because one thing with an idiomatic expression is that you cannot figure out the meaning by looking at the individual words, but it can create a kind of picture or in your mind, wet behind the ears, wet behind the ears. It suggests that someone, when you talk of an individual, the person who is likely to be wet behind the ears is somebody who is young, when you talk about, sweating, or, that can give you a slight idea. But what this idiom really means is that someone is young and inexperienced. Someone is naive. It has to do with being young and, as a result, being immature, being inexperienced. That's what it means. The manager did not assign any job to the newcomer as he was wet behind his ears. That means that person was inexperienced. Option A, stupid, no. B, young and inexperienced. This is the correct option. C, drenched in the rain. These are the ones you can use the elimination method to eliminate right away, especially when an option gives you a kind of literal meaning, that is just a direct meaning. Wet behind the ear does not mean that the person has been in the rain. So, you eliminate such options. Option D, unpunctual and lazy. This is completely, it's not connected at all to what is being talked about. Question 67, I told the student to buckle down this term. When you are asked to buckle down, it means you have to be more serious with what you are doing. You have to focus more attention to doing what you are doing. A, go for a vacation, no. B, take it easy, no. These are all opposites. C, sit quietly, no. They are all opposites. D, work seriously. So you can see that when you have a number of options that are similar in meaning, then you eliminate all of them and take the other one that seems to be the odd one out. Well, this sounds like trying to ask you to gamble, but that's not what I mean. It's just logical that when you look at option A, go for a vacation means just relax. You know, take it easy also means relax. Now, so, and two of them cannot refer to buckle down. Even the third one, sit quietly, it also is just to take it easy or just to relax. And the other D is the one that has a different meaning, work seriously. So when you apply logic, you will understand that that is the one that really refers, that it stands alone. So you can eliminate the other ones that have similar meaning, because all of them cannot, being similar in meaning, they cannot, three of them at the same time, refer to one thing. All right. So that's really, and besides, when you look at go for a vacation, there is no relationship between going for a vacation and buckling down. You know, take it easy and sit quietly. So work seriously is really the actual meaning. Number 68, one has to feather one's nest. You know, when you feather your nest, it means it has to do with trying to take advantage of opportunities to enrich yourself, to do what will help you. You know, it's a kind of selfish piece of advice. The man told his son, to enrich oneself when opportunity comes. That actually is what it means. When you feather your nest, every opportunity that comes your way, you enrich yourself. B, to mind one's business, no. C, to get something in abundance easily, no. D, to build one's house, no. Now, question number 69 is our next question. The young man doesn't care for his family. He wanted to gather roses only. You know, when you hear the expression that life is not a bed of roses, then that will give you, roses have to do with something of beauty, something for pleasure, something for entertainment, right? So if you are gathering roses, you do it for fun. All right, he wanted to gather roses only. Now, what picture does it paint in your mind when someone just wants to gather roses only? He is interested in entertainment, in pleasure, right? In enjoyment. That's what it means. In fun, he just wants to enjoy himself. Okay, so let's look at option A, to paint a rosy picture of the past. No. You see, when you are given a very ridiculous option, you eliminate it right away. B, to obtain fame by hard work. This is irrelevant. B, to seek all enjoyment of life. That's what it means. D, to save money miserly. This again is completely irrelevant to the expression. Excuse me. Question number 70. If Musa does not mind his ways, he is sure to go to the dogs. Now, to go to the dogs is an expression that has to do with, you know, I mean, meeting your doom, if you like, or I mean, coming to a point of failure. If Musa does not mind his ways, he's sure to come to is sure to go to the dogs. That means he is going to fail. He is going to probably destroy himself. To fight is really not the right option, so we eliminate option A. B, to be ruined is it, all right? To be rough in C is not the correct option. To be wicked is also not the correct option. Now let's go to the next. So we are meeting the second segment in this sentence interpretation. And this is because we have a instruction. We have another instruction similar to the first instruction under interpretation. And this is the interpretation here. I mean, this is the instruction here. From the options lettered A to D, choose one that correctly interprets the expression. All right. Then question 71, Ngozi is fond of picking quarrels with her friends. This means Ngozi is A, friendly. Of course, you know, if you are picking quarrels with someone, you are not friendly. B, stubborn, not necessarily. C, selfish, not quite. And D, hostile, yes. If you are always picking quarrels or you are fond of picking quarrels with your friends, you are hostile. All right, that's the interpretation. Ngozi is hostile. That's what it means. Always quarrelsome. 72, more power to your elbow. You know, this idiomatic expression, when you tell someone more power to your elbow, you are congratulating the person probably for an achievement he or she has made. And then you are asking the person to keep on the good work and keep on working hard consistently and keep on going from success to success or from glory to glory, if you like. This means A, raise your elbow up. No, there's a literal meaning that we must eliminate right away. B, keep the flag flying. Well, this is using one idiom to interpret another, but this is a related idiom. The meaning is similar to more power to your elbow, or some people will say more grease to your elbow in informal situations. All right, so keep the flag flying means keep doing what you are doing and keep succeeding, keep winning, you know. Now, the origin of keep the flag flying, it originated from naval military operations. When people went to war, you know, a naval ship, then they put the country's flag, and as long as the flag is flying, it means the battle is on. They are going ahead. They want to win, you know. Now, if they lower the flag and the flag is no longer up, it means they have accepted defeat. So keep the flag flying means don't accept defeat. Keep on doing the good work and keep on pushing forward to achieving greater successes. So it's similar to more power to your elbow. So the correct option is option B. Option C, adjust your elbow. No, we eliminate options like this. Your elbow is powerful. Again, this is a very ridiculous literal interpretation. So we eliminate those ones that don't really make sense when we look at them. Okay? And that is what I mean by using the elimination method. There are some options you just look at it and you know it doesn't fit in. It's not connected to the expression you have been given. So you eliminate them right away. Now, question number 73. We are through with 72. Kehinde will neither eat rice nor beans tonight. This means Kehinde A will not eat anything tonight. This is very tricky, you know. You might be tempted to pick option A. You know, that Kehinde will neither eat rice nor beans tonight does not necessarily mean that Kehinde will not eat anything tonight. You know, Kehinde could eat any other thing, but this statement simply means Kehinde will not eat rice and Kehinde will not eat beans. But that does not stop him from eating any other thing. Option B, will not eat rice, but he will eat beans. No, neither means none of the two. If you use either, it means he can eat this one or he can eat the other one. But neither means none of the two. C, will eat rice or he will eat beans. No. If you use or, if you say Kehinde will either, if you use either, Kehinde will either eat rice or beans tonight, then option C will be correct. But because of neither, then that option C is absolutely incorrect. Then option D, he will not eat rice and he will not eat beans. Absolutely correct. He will not eat rice and he will not eat beans. Kehinde will neither eat rice nor beans tonight. Means that he will not eat rice and he will not eat beans. That is the correct interpretation. All right, so now we head to question 74. Question 74. Be patient. We shall soon round off the discussion in due course. To round off means to conclude or to bring to a close. This means the discussion will soon be A, concluded, that is correct. B, adopted, no. C, moved, no. D, shifted, no. Now, you see, these words are words that some of them refer to the vocabulary of meetings. When you hold meetings, you know, you round off, you conclude, you know. When you adopt something, you can adopt a minute, but certainly if you are talking of rounding off, it means you are bringing it to a close. You are going to conclude your discussion, all right? And again, you can see that conclude collocates with discussion. When you are discussing, then even when you are bringing your discussion to a close, one of the appropriate connectives is in conclusion. So you really conclude a discussion. So it is the appropriate in terms of collocation. Remember, we discussed collocation, and what we mean by collocation is a group of two or more words that are frequently used together. All right. Now, question 75, the last but not the least. The driver took to his heels before the police got to the scene of the accident. When you take to your heels, it means you run away. All right. That's simply what that expression means. Now, this means the driver A confessed, no. Absolutely incorrect. Knelt down, no, no connection at all. Began to jump. These are all options you can immediately eliminate using the elimination method, because you know that, these options have no connection with, taking to your heels. So Option D is correct, and that is ran away. The driver ran away before the police got to the scene of the accident. So this is where we bring the class to a close. I hope you learned the various literary devices and grammatical principles necessary for interpreting sentences in English. We have been looking at sentence interpretation in Basic Education Certificate Examination English. I hope you enjoyed the class. If you did, make sure you like this video and share this video with your friends and relations. If you are new to this channel and you have not yet subscribed to the channel, this is the appropriate time to hit the subscribe button and make sure you click on the bell icon so that whenever a new video goes live on this channel, you will receive instant notification. I want to say a big thank you to all of you for being part of today's episodes. If you have any questions or any suggestions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye for now and remain blessed. Many thanks for watching today's video. A big thank you to all of you out there for being part of today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, kindly subscribe to this channel. Subscribe now as a way of giving us support. For notification about new videos, click on the bell icon. You will find the bell icon. Click on it so that whenever a new video is uploaded, you will be instantly notified. If you have actually enjoyed the video, like and share the video with your friends and relatives. This is very important. If you have any comments, leave your comments below. Any questions, any suggestions, we would gladly receive them and respond promptly and positively to them. See you in the next video. I look forward to always seeing you in the new video.